Yeah, it looks like it's already screwing up. This should be infill. I don't know what the hell's going on. There's stuff flying over here. I'm not sure in which position it's printing this thing, but I believe that what's shredding is just the support. I'm not going to worry too much about it. I don't know if you guys seen this stuff flying. Although I realized something today after messing with all these older Ender printers, Ender Neos and Ender 3V2s and Ender 3 Pros, and you know they're a pain in the butt, and they only print 50 millimeters a second. And one of them I've got some custom firmware on it that's pretty nice, but the hardware on them, you know, Bowden extruder and all that, and the print bed, I finally found a way to enable the mesh. You just got to make sure that the code is in there, or it won't use it. And then we'll run into some other issues where I have a newer control board than what it came with, so you can't get the original firmware. and then, you know, so you're stuck having to make it something that it's not, that's close to it. And then so this custom firmware called Professional Firmware for Ender 3V2, well, it's not for a Neo. And it has it printing off of the side of the print bed, and I've watched a few videos of other people, and I've read a bunch of stuff on GitHub, and my numbers are fairly close, so I'll have to sit down and figure it out. But it's like, seriously, I've got other printers that print that slow and don't have no problems, like the Sunlu printer, you know, it just works. This one here is really fast, but I never know if it's going to screw up or not. It seems to like this brand of PETG. I don't know if they still sell this anymore. I know it's old, and I don't know how old it is, but it's pretty old. So this is a direct drive bracket for the, hopefully for the dual gear, and I think, I mean, I'm going to probably end up having to print a few of these to get it correct, but there's a bunch of different ones. So I have I've got one of these, which is the Ender 3 V2, but mine doesn't have the touch sensor on it, but it's good to see that they do. So I'm just printing this blue bracket basically, and then looks a little funny right there, and then I'll put the new extruder on there. I 3D printed a new arm for the one that is broken. I've got both of these printers, they're kind of working, you know, but they're just not great. So I got one of these coming today, and then another one coming tomorrow, and We'll see how they go. There's lots of different brackets out there, so I'm gonna print a few different ones since I have a surplus of old PETG all of a sudden. And I don't want to go hog wild like some of these people do. It's like, look at this one. This one's on a rail. I'm like, I mean, how fast are these printers anyways? Is it really worth doing all this stuff? How old are these? Are these pretty old? You know, because sometimes you look and you're like, oh, this is super old. And honestly, for $29, I can buy the whole assembly, the stepper motor, the extruder, and the hot end. It looks like it comes with junk, plastic Creality one, but you can get them a couple different ways. And I prefer to have the motor sideways or backwards, and the way to have it backwards is a Titan extruder, or something similar to it. But let's see. See this one here. There's lots of little brackets, but I think this is the one I wanted to print. I started to print it out in the shop on one of the enders and it failed. So I stopped. So that would put the motor sideways on one of these older styles, like the Pro that I have, and it should work fine. Although I think he's got it blocked to where you're not going to be able to do like a BL touch, and the Pro has a touch on it. So it's amazing how many choices there are for these things. When I was looking at the Sunlu, there was one choice. It just happened to be pretty good. But man. So anyway, let's see. Yeah, I mean, there's just too many of these damn things on here to choose from. That looks like crap. I like nice, simple stuff. I really don't like making it look all complicated and ratty. What's this one? As much as I would love to print something, I really think it's probably simpler just to go ahead and buy the metal bracket off of Amazon. It comes with the V-roller wheels, and it comes with the hot end, and it comes with the extruder and the stepper motor for like $27. I mean, how do you beat that? I wonder if I can look it up. We go here. Creality Direct Rev Kit. So they have these Sprite extruders. They're pretty expensive. Look at this, $29. I mean, like, why even bother with all the other crap? Like, just buy one of these. Seriously. You're gonna get the stepper motor, you're gonna get the extruder, you get the hot end, you know, you get the V wheels, and if I'm not mistaken, maybe not this one, but most of them come with the wires too. Let's see here. Why is this not working? Yeah, so it shows the wires. I don't know if you get them. But boy, I mean, and then I have that board. Wiring diagram. This is the old board. I've got a couple of them. So, but I'm on version 4.2.7 on most of everything. So this is just like super simple. I mean, it looks like it's probably the plastic one, but who cares? There's actually one for $27. I seen it yesterday. So, I do really like that. That's much nicer. I don't feel like it's worth that kind of money though. So you can get lots of brackets for pretty cheap. Now the brackets, I don't think I would buy a bracket because they're kind of hit or miss. You don't know if it's going to fit or not. At least with this, well, you can make it fit. So now the only thing you might run into an issue with is maybe your nozzle might not be in the right place anymore, and you'll have to figure out how to calibrate for that. But shouldn't be too big of a deal. There's just so much stuff. I like this one. This one's pretty cool. So this one has head-on view. Where'd it go? 5015 blower fans, duals. So if you're going to print PLA, but I mean, it kind of reminds me of the Pyramid printer. You got everything there, man. So pretty cool. Here's another one too. They have a couple different ones, similar. It's like a Bond type Titan extruder. That's a Titan. So yeah, this actually would probably be better. I know they look kind of cheap, but they work better than the Creality one. Anyway. There's lots of stuff out there. Question is, how much money do you want to spend on a Ender 3 that prints at 50 millimeters? I mean, you know, it's really kind of becomes a certain point where it's like slow and reliable, or maybe not even that, maybe just slow. So this says upgraded dual gear extruder kit, $28. Well, imagine if it came with that touch sensor too. So one of my printers that I just got has this set up like that, but not that part. And it'll probably have like a little disclaimer. 4 pulleys, 1 piece, cable, female. Let's see, where's the description? It can all be used alone without installing the motor. Okay. Install 4 pulleys to make the structure more stable. 4 pulleys. Oh, very interesting. 2 on the bottom, 2 on the top. That is kind of cool. Look at this. Full yoga, single gear.